This is an instructional video intended to help you set up your Dark Princess animatronic from Spirit Halloween 2024. Begin by taking all of the parts out of the box. Your parts should include a left and right wing connected by a string in the middle, the plastic shoulder mold, the plastic chest mold, the control box, a metal loop labeled C, the collar fabric, the head, the adapter, a baggie with 4 zip ties and 3 screws, 2 plastic hands, metal poles labeled B, the center mechanism piece labeled E and D, the metal base, a white fabric shaping piece, the main clothing piece, as well as a plain black fabric piece. Place the base down on a flat surface, and while it does not come with a front label, the back side of the base is the side where the metal locking pins are visible. So with the metal locking pins facing away from you, you can Velcro the control box down to the center of the base. It also makes the most sense to have all of the knobs in the control box facing away from you in this case. And then you can slide the B poles over top of the little notches on the base using the locking pins. Now you can take the metal loop labeled C and insert it into the housings located on either side of part B. Then you'll want to take the plain black fabric piece and lay that over top of what you've created thus far, securing it into place around the metal loop labeled C using the Velcro strips. There's 4 sets of 2 Velcro strips that can fold around the metal loop. Now you'll want to take your main contraption piece labeled E and D, and you'll notice that it comes apart when you take it out of the box. So you have to connect it together here at the attachment labeled A, and if you line up the letters printed on there labeled A and A, you should be able to slide it on top before then turning it so that the locking pin will lock into place. And you'll know you've done it correctly if it looks like you see here with the chain running straight up the back of the 2 pieces. Now connect that to the metal base poles labeled B at the corresponding square metal junction. And you want to make sure this wire coming from the plastic parts is run through the opening of the black fabric. Now you can rest the plastic shoulder mold on top with the front label facing the front. And using 2 zip ties from the baggie that are included, you can go ahead and secure the shoulder mold into place. You'll see 2 pairs of punched out holes on either side of the shoulder mold that you'll want to stick those zip ties through and secure it around the plastic part. Now you can secure the plastic chest mold onto the Velcro strip you see at the front of the shoulder mold. Opening up the Velcro strip on the white fabric shaping piece, you'll want to slide this around what you've built so far. It is a little bit of a tight squeeze to get those arms into the sleeves, but there's not really a great way to do it. Once you get that over, you can Velcro up the back of the shaping piece. With the shaping piece on, you can slide over the actual clothing piece, which does open all the way up on the back with Velcro strips so that you can slide it around the sleeves as you see here. Once again, it is a little bit tight to stick those metal poles in through the sleeves, but there's no good way to do it. Then you can go ahead and Velcro up the back of the clothing. Now you'll want to attach your wings. You'll see that each plastic notch on either wing is labeled with an L and an R, and that's going to tell you which wing is going on the left and which wing is going on the right. With Dark Princess flipped around to the back, you'll find a plastic housing located towards her midsection, which is where you'll want to insert the plastic notch that's dangling from the wings by a string and also connected to a spring. Then you can insert your corresponding left and right wings into the plastic housings that are located up by her shoulders, which you will have to fish through some slits that are pre-cut into the clothing and the white shaping piece. Now taking Dark Princess's head, you can attach it to the plastic notch located at the center of her shoulder frame. Insert one of the included black screws into the hole located on the back of Dark Princess's neck. Locating the black metal hook at the very end of the chain that makes up her spine, you want to hook that onto the spring located on the back of her head. Lifting up her head, you want to insert one more screw into the corresponding hole that's underneath of her neck. Now you want to attach the collar piece to her neck using the Velcro strip located at the midpoint, and then the two endpoint Velcro strips connect to each other around her neck. Finally, you can insert the hands onto the arms using the plastic connections, and then securing into place the Velcro strip at the end of the sleeve. Make sure that the hands have the thumbs pointing upwards. If you haven't already, you want to make sure the wire dangling from the IR sensor on her clothing slides through the opening at the top of the black fabric piece. And lifting up the black fabric piece, you want to connect the wire coming from the plastic contraption to the wire coming from the control box, as well as plug in your IR sensor wire directly into the control box before then plugging in the adapter. Dark Princess's control box has a volume control knob to turn the volume up and down, a switch that can turn her into the on position, where she'll go based on the IR sensor at the front of her clothing, the off position, and the step pad position, where she'll go based on an external activator, such as a step pad or a try me button, which you can plug into the opening labeled step pad and try me. She also has a place to plug in an external speaker. Plug the adapter into an outlet, and your setup of Dark Princess is complete. You can choose to not attach the wings to Dark Princess, saving yourself a step, and her activation will be much more intense and she will extend into a further extended position.